Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you the daily Tesla report for Wednesday, March 8th, 2023. Before I click on all the charts and take you through everything, please click like if you would and subscribe if you would. Also share the content with friends and colleagues and check out wickedstocks.com. We put out a lot of good daily material, the Triple Q, the SPY, 2 individual stock picks every week. In fact, on Tuesday, we put out a new analysis of advanced micro devices showing significant overhead resistance that, if settled above, would set off a meaningful longer-term buy signal. You should check it out. Become a subscriber, 5-day money-back guarantee, no commitments beyond 5 days. We'll give you money back, no problem, no questions asked. So here we are. Big picture, long-term chart, weekly chart. We tested this channel structure in early January, came off of it nicely. The initial target was actually this former channel bottom structure here, and we pushed through it that very week, and that then indicated 2 to 3 month buy signal in the 240. So that remains in effect. On the weekly chart, 148.91 to 157.02 is considered longer term support that, if tested over the coming weeks, and it's anticipated, by the way, can absorb selling through the rest of the second quarter, and from there we can turn back up to 244 even, which remains, once again, a 2 to 3 month big picture objective. But, you know, as you're well aware, about a week ago, a little less, we closed below this former channel bottom. The following day, we went right back at it. I believe that was last Friday. And we closed pretty much right at it, just above it. I'd mentioned at the time it deserves another day of activity to see if that is a real rejection of a longer-term sell signal. And as it turns out, we fell off on Monday and continued south on Tuesday. So this sell signal remains in effect, anticipating this 160.56 rising 2/3 speed line, which is now still sort of a range down to 157.81. So we'll call upper 150s, low 160s still, as I call it a 2 to 3 week target. But the truth is, we might reach this area by the end of next week, perhaps. And let's talk about that possibility. That what would be the scenario that would accelerate that would be a settlement today below 182.61. So what is a 2 to 3 week objective at 160.56 becomes more of a 3 to 5 day target below 182.61. So this sort of leads to the day trade dynamic now, and maybe the 2 to 3 day swing trade. You know, you're setting shorts at 199.29 if given the opportunity, anticipating 182.61. Again, we did test this channel bottom 4 days ago within several days of testing 199.29. Inversely, you can buy 182.61 as a day trade. I don't recommend as a 3 to 5 day swing trade, because I think the emphasis remains 160.56 as a 2 to 3 week objective. And I think it's questionable, actually, whether once we test 182.61 again, and that may happen today, whether we would marshal a 2 to 3 day rally back to 199.29, but it may happen. And if you're an aggressive swing trader, that is your spot, 182.61. If you're an aggressive swing trader, it's also your spot to sell if we close below 182.61, then anticipating 160.56 within 3 to 5 days or less. On the way down, you know, you can see I've got 173.40. That's a Fibonacci level. If we break 182.61, might we test 173.40 today? We could. That can also contain session weakness. And I'll say that if we close below 173.40, which is a long shot today, I would expect a test tomorrow of 160.56. And this speed line able to absorb selling into April. We could come off of this nicely. It also still roughly corresponds with this former long-term support in the 149.41 to 157.81 region. I will still consider this to be a significant zone of long-term support. So as this speed line continues to pull away, I'll have to reduce its perceived strength to some extent. But I think I'll hold to at least a 3-star, that is weekly support level, weekly containment level. This area will remain 4 stars, that is to say multi-week, monthly containment, 149.41 to 157.81, able to absorb selling really through the rest of the second quarter, and we can turn up then from after testing it. But, you know, first things first, we have this speed line to contend with, and first things first, we also have this former channel bottom, or actually current channel bottom at 182.61. Hi, if you enjoy watching our daily Tesla report, you'll love our daily Triple Q and SPY reports. They're presented in the same 5 to 10 minute video format. Our daily SPY and Triple Q analysis provides directional market signals that are correlated with highly specific price support and resistance levels. Whether your trading time horizon is short or longer term, we promise you a distinctive edge in your trading of the SPY and Triple Q. We offer a 5-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. So go to wickedstocks.com right now and start receiving your daily SPY and daily Triple Q reports today. On the upside today, I've got 192.88 can contain intraday strength. And if we push through 192.88, this 199.29 former channel bottom in reach, where we can top out for the week, and once again below which 160.56 remains a 2 to 3 week target. Now I'm going to show also an intermediate channel structure right now. So if we come off of this area early in the morning and trade higher, it really is a range. In other words, you're selling 199.29, and if we close above 200.57, that is your sign to not only get out, but even reverse as we move through the rest of the week and into next. This 205.46 you'll see as an intraday resistance level. In other words, if we push through 200.57, we could test 205.46 intraday, but just know that if we close above 200.57, I have that as an up pivot point, as you can see. I'm expecting 214.24 within several days. That is the high settlement price from earlier in February, and this 221.25 long-term Fibonacci again in reach within a week or two at the most, probably more like a full week of trade. By the end of next week, if we close today, for instance, above 200.57, that is a reversal. If you are short the market, anticipating 160.56, that is the way to go up to 199.29. But if we close above 200.57, whatever you may have done, if you bought 155 out of the money puts, if you are short the stock, my suggestion would be to reverse. Liquidate that out of the money put, reach for 220s or even 240 out of the money calls. The 220s can expire for at least a week if we close today above 200.57. And the 240 calls, and I say 240 because of this long-term channel top, that may actually be in reach within 2 to 3 weeks of closing back above 199.29, and I'm actually going to show once again 200.57. It really is a range you can see right here. This is your resistance through next week, below which the low 160s expected over the next 2 to 3 weeks. And if we close above 200.57, this is your signal to go long, or to at least bail out of a short position. The 214.24 level expected within several days, 221.25 within a full week of trade, where we could actually top out on a weekly basis. I can show it again here. That's a long-term Fibonacci, 3/8. We came very close to testing it a few weeks ago and it backed away. We can top out there again on a weekly basis, but I think on the next test of 221.25, we can top out for a day, maybe a week, but I think the market will chip away at it and settle above it, and then yield this 244.42, still 2 to 3 month objective. 244.42 on the weekly chart, it comes in at 244 even, able to absorb at least quarterly buying pressures, possibly in a later year, and if settled above, would represent a meaningful long-term buy signal for Tesla, probably through the rest of the year. I'm going to leave you with this image here. This pretty much says it all. This is the 2 to 3 week dynamic, heavy below 199.29. In fact, I'm going to throw this one in there as well. 182.61 is your support for the day and your downward pivot point into early next week. And that, I think, covers it. Please click like and subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. We throw a lot of good analysis your way each and every day. We just did AMD on Tuesday. We'll be doing another meaningful stock pick. I think Etsy on Thursday. And you'll never see these on YouTube. They're only for the subscription-based audience on wickedstocks.com. You have a great evening. We'll be back tomorrow with Thursday's Tesla.